Now, cardiologist Dr. Dave Montgomery is with us too. What do you make of the confusion and how different it is state to state about getting a vaccination?
Yeah, good morning, Robin. I think Jen hit it right on the head. The supply and sourcing issue is a really big one. If we were to, vaccinate 1.5 million people every day, we could actually be all vaccinated to sort of that herd immunity goal by the summer, 6 months or so. But that's a big if, isn't it? I mean, I think the supply issue is going to be sorted out. I think the sourcing issue is going to be sorted out. I think the biggest problem we have right now is a PR problem. We've got to not just get vaccines into arms, we've got to get into the hearts and minds of Americans so they can give you the arms. I think that's going to be, as we come over these next few months, the biggest hurdle for us.
What do you mean, getting people to accept vaccination? Even though it shows that people in large part are, there's a much more acceptance than there was even over the summer.
I agree with that. I think it's going to get better and better, but there's still, the Pew Research Center says there's still 4 out of 10 Americans that still have questions about this, and they are not necessarily there yet. If we don't have, 75 to 80% of Americans vaccinated, that herd immunity goal, right? This normalcy that we're all going for, is not achievable. So we've got a lot of work to do with the PR part of this.
Got it. What advice do you have for people who've recovered from coronavirus and they want to get back to doing some exercise?
Yeah, so this is a big one, especially in my office, cardiology. We know that the heart is affected even in people who are relatively asymptomatic for COVID-19. My first recommendation is start low, go slow, especially if you've got symptoms still. And the commonest ones we're seeing are people having fast heart rates, just fatigue and not able to do things. I do think everybody should be evaluated if you have these long symptoms, what we're calling long hauler, which I think is a terrible way to talk about it. But I think you should be evaluated, but then start low, go slow.
Okay, thank you. Okay, in non-COVID questions here, Apple says that its phones could interfere with medical devices like a pacemaker. All right, you're a cardiologist. That could be problematic.
Yeah,
so they're saying to
so,
people, keep it away from those devices, physically keep it away.
Yeah, that's the answer, right? So kudos to the Apple engineers. The magnet on the back of these things, this MagSafe accessory, we use magnets, Robin, to disable an ICD. That's that paramedic in your chest if you have a dangerous rhythm. So we want to tell people keep the device away from their ICD so that there is no chance of that happening.
Okay, got it. All right, you make it sound so much better and not alarming.
Yeah. No, it's, the magnet is relatively weak. The magnets that we use, let's say somebody's going for surgery. We want to turn off their ICD. We want to control their pacemakers. We use a pretty powerful magnet on top of the device. When we want to have the device function normally, we just remove the magnet and put it away. The device goes back to normal. So that's what we're asking people with this relatively weak magnet on the iPhone 12s. First of all, just don't have it in your shirt pocket or up toward your chest. And I think you should be fine.
Thank you, Dr. Dave Montgomery. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Robin.